All right, everybody. Samori Benjamin here from Citi Field, here with Washington Nationals rookie Andrew Pinckney. Just got called up here in early August. Andrew, man, great meeting you. Congrats on being called up, and thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks, Samori. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man. So you got called up, I believe, on August 5th, right? So what does it feel like? You've been in the big league now for about a week, so how's it been so far?
Yeah, things are starting to settle down for me a little bit. That first week, things were moving pretty quickly. I was trying to, get things shipped from Rochester and AAA, and getting to Philadelphia and meeting the team. It was pretty hectic, but we're here now, and I'm starting to settle in, and it's a good group of guys, and I'm having a blast.
That's cool, man. Yeah, look, I was telling you a minute ago, I grew up here in New York, a big baseball fan, and I definitely, since I was a kid, I could see the decline of the interest with black youth in baseball. And by the time I started covering the game, only about 8% of the ball players were black American. But you're from Alabama, so like growing up in Alabama, how many of your black peers were into baseball?
Yeah, I mean, my dad played baseball at Grambling State University,
Oh, wow.
in HBCU. So he was always around baseball, and he loved baseball, and he taught me everything that I know about baseball. So he definitely was a huge role model in that sense as a black baseball player himself. And then other than that, like watching the Atlanta Braves, I got to see Andrew Jones, Jason Hayward, all those guys play. So that was a really good team to have black role models in baseball growing up, for sure.
Yeah, it's very interesting. You mentioned your dad playing at Grambling because so actually one about a month ago or so at the All-Star game, I met the Yankees AA manager, James Cooper. He played at Grambling, and then he was the manager of the Grambling team for about 10 years. Also, when I was a kid, I was telling you how I grew up in Harlem. So like when I was a kid, I grew up close to Yankee Stadium, and so my dad at Grambling would come up every year to play a football game. Eddie Robinson, first it was Yankee Stadium, then it was Giant Stadium, and so I would go to that game all the time. And so like, that made me want to go to HBCU. I went to Norfolk State, HBCU. Okay. So your dad played for Grambling. Wow, that's amazing, man. So like, how much of an impact do you think your father just had on your development of playing baseball?
Yeah, I mean, it's been huge, I mean, he's my hitting coach, he's my outfield coach, my everything coach, really. So, when I'm going through a tough time at the plate or on the field, I'm calling him first, So he means the world to me, and he's definitely a good baseball coach to have as a father, and I think he does a pretty good job.
Yeah, so Alabama, you mentioned you're from Alabama, so I guess you mentioned the Atlanta Braves guys, so were you a Braves fan growing up?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was born in Alabama, and I spent some time growing up in Georgia too.
Okay.
So we went to some Braves games, and that's probably the best time to be a Braves fan growing up. Seeing those teams with Andrew Jones, Jason Hayward, Chipper Jones, all those guys. So it's fun.
That's really cool because there are a lot of black players right now in MLB who are from the Atlanta area, Georgia, period. But Georgia, Atlanta area. Some on your team, Nassim and C.J. Abrams. They are so many guys. So I mean, what was it like just growing up in that area and having so many other black kids into baseball?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's everything. Representation is everything, and when you see people out on the field doing it, it makes you want to do it yourself, right? And so, having those role models, seeing the guys on the Braves, and then being able to play with so many talented players that look like me is huge.
Yeah. Okay. So now, did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I played a little basketball.
Okay.
Not too much football, but basically baseball and basketball, and did all right with that.
Did you have any favorite teams in those sports?
I watch the Hawks, but I'm more of a LeBron James guy.
Me
so
too, man.
I kind of go wherever LeBron goes.
Okay.
So I was a Lakers fan, and now I'm a Sixers fan.
Okay, yeah, I'm a LeBron fan too.
Yeah.
I'm a Knicks guy, so it's going to be interesting this year. It's going to be a fun season. Did you have on a baseball field? Who was your favorite player?
Probably definitely Andrew Jones.
Okay.
More recently Jason Hayward, and then kind of into my later years, I would say Byron Buxton or Aaron Judge.
Awesome. Yeah, Buxton is also from Georgia, from South Georgia. Yeah. Jason Hayward, I got a chance to interview him back in like 2013 now. Okay, so at what point in your development did you think that you had a chance to make it here?
Yeah, I mean, so I go to Alabama for college, and I redshirted my first year, and then I didn't really play my second year, and so at that point, it was kind of like how can I just get on the field? I kind of had scrapped the whole pro baseball thing, and I'm just going to try and get on the field here, get my degree, and then we'll live life. And once I started to get on the field, I started to have a little bit of success. And then, some little rumors, and maybe I might get drafted, maybe I won't. Didn't get drafted my junior year, so I went back for my senior year to get my degree and all that. And that's when I started to have a little bit better of a season, and some interest from these teams started to get serious. And that's when I got drafted. And then I was like, well, shoot, we might as well try and make a run for this thing. And, here we are in New York City, in Queens, about to play the New York Mets.
Yeah, man. Wow. So after your first year at Alabama, you didn't play, so you didn't even really think that you were probably going to do much with the game besides use it to get a degree, and then all that happened for you. That's great, man. So you're playing in the SEC at Alabama, so a lot of competition, a lot of great teams. So what was it like just playing in the SEC?
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. I think it's a great teacher for pro ball. You're playing against guys that you're going to see every day here. I faced Paul Skeens, Brandon Sproat, just to name a few, on any given Friday,
Yeah.
So you see the same guys, and it's definitely a good, teacher, and helps you prepare for pro ball, because you're going to see a lot of those same guys as you move up.
So what year were you drafted?
2023.
2023. Which round were you drafted in?
Fourth round.
Fourth round. Okay, so 3 years ago. So how did it feel when you found out you were getting drafted 3 years ago?
Yeah, so I think the excitement that I had 3 years ago was kind of coupled with the disappointment that I had 4 years ago after my junior year. So my junior year, things started to be on the rise, and I thought there might be a shot that I get drafted, and that day I just didn't really get any calls, and so I was really disappointed to have to go back to school and try one more time at this baseball thing. And fast forward a year later, it finally ended up happening, and my whole family was there, and it was just a big moment of relief and just elation that I got to have this chance to play pro baseball and try and do what I love.
So you go from not being drafted to next year being picked in the fourth round. So what do you think happened between in that senior year for you?
Yeah, I think a lot of things happened. I got better as a baseball player. I was a little more confident. It was my fourth go around for this college thing, so I was a little bit more familiar with my surroundings, and I think just confidence and being ready to go do this thing, and having some fire under my belly to try and get it done.
That's cool. Okay, so now you go to the minor leagues. What was the biggest adjustment for you going from college to the minor leagues?
Yeah, I think kind of just understanding that it's the same game, but everybody's just better, right? So you don't have to do anything different or special. You're here for a reason, and trying to do more than you're capable of is what makes you start, going downhill. So just staying within yourself, staying the course, doing it every day, and putting the work in, and you just kind of put your head down and look up. And like I said, we're here in Queens, and Francisco Lindor's taking BP right in front of us. So
I got to go back real quick to Alabama, because that's a big football school. So what was it like just being at that big football school and being an athlete yourself? How was that?
Yeah, I mean, if there's ever a place for a student athlete to go, I'm kind of recruiting here, but it's the University of Alabama for sure. I mean, they have all the resources. You have everything you need: tutors, strength coaches, dietitians, whatever, you name it, they've got it. And not to mention, it's the best place to be an athlete. You can watch us put up 50 on some football team. You're gonna watch us make it to the Final Four in basketball, Omaha in baseball, everything. So.
Yeah. So you made it here in about 3 years to the minor league. So the minor league is not an easy process. So overall, how was your minor league experience?
Yeah, I mean, it was a grind. You have to, watch your friends that you maybe played with in college or summer ball get called up before you, and you kind of have to just stay the course and trust that it's all going to work out. And sometimes it was kind of disappointing and disheartening to see people that maybe I thought I was better than get their chance before me, but God's timing is perfect, and I'm here when I'm supposed to be here, and I'm just going to do the most of it with my opportunity that I can.
Yeah, I assume there are a few Black American players in the minor leagues you came out with because there's some, a few here. So what's it just in terms of being here in Washington? That yourself, C.J. Abrams, Nassim is here, Dylan Lau, James Wood. A lot of teams don't have that many Black American players. Some have none, right?
Yeah.
The Mets, I think, had just Marcus Semien right now. He's the only one on the team. So what's it like to be able to come up here and have a few Black American players on the team with you?
Yeah, it's awesome. When you walk into a room, you want to see some people that kind of look like you and have that familiarity. So I think that's huge, and hopefully I get on base sometime in these next 3 days and I can say what's up to Marcus Semien. That'd be pretty cool. And I think we all just kind of stick together and do our best to keep each other up.
So you made your debut August 5th. So what do you remember about just finding out that you were getting the call up here?
Yeah, I mean it all happened fast. Woody, he tweaked something and wherever, and my AAA manager said, hey. We don't have anything special for you, but you got to get up there like right now. It's 3 o'clock. We played the Phillies at like 6.
Wow.
So I had to run to the hotel, grab my stuff, get in the car and go. So we showed up around the 3rd inning in Philadelphia, halfway through the game, and I just popped out in the dugout, and there I was. And I came in as a pinch runner the next day, and then I got my start the following day, and it just happened fast.
So what do you remember your first start being like? Your family there, all that? How was that?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. So Christopher Sanchez for the Phillies was pitching, and he's a really good pitcher.
Started the All-Star game this year.
Yeah, and I mean, it was crazy. My first at bat, I swung at the first pitch and hit a grounder. I just was happy to get that one out the way, but I settled in, and my second at bat, I hit a homer. So
Okay.
It was sweet. My whole family was there, and they were cheering, and it was awesome.
That's amazing, man. That had to feel great to homer in your first game, second at bat, and your family there. Congratulations on that, man. Yeah. So I guess so far a couple more for you. Just in your time, your whole time playing, from the time you were a kid, who is the most talented player that you got a chance to play with? Tough question. I know.
I mean, James Wood is up there. He does things on the field that's pretty special, and Cruz, Dylan Cruz, I played against him in college the whole time. He's a really talented guy too. So it's definitely like sharing the locker room with those guys has been really cool. Facing Paul Skeens, super electric arm, obviously, and he came up here as a rookie and pretty much won a Cy Young. So I would say those 3 names are probably the ones that come to mind first.
Is Paul Skeens somebody who you actually played with on the team?
No, I played against them when he was at LSU.
Got you. And is there a pitcher who you grew up watching who you had a chance to face yet, or you have not faced, and you're like, wow, okay, when I face him, it's going to be surreal because I grew up watching him?
Yeah, that's kind of tough. I grew up kind of my childhood baseball players are all starting to retire.
Yeah.
So not so much guys that I would face today, but if I face Paul Skeens again, or if I see Tarek Skubal sometime, that would be pretty crazy, and I'm going to do my best to put something in play because that's going to be a tough one.
Awesome. Well, Andrew, man, great talking to you, great meeting you. Thanks for stopping by. Folks, Washington Nationals rookie outfielder Andrew Pinckney. Andrew, man, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Samori.
All right, folks, we're back.